All right, good morning and welcome to our practice today. So, today we're just going to do kind of an all around move, head to toe, in a nice, easy fashion. And we'll see how long it takes. Takes as long as it takes, I guess. So, oh, you also might need a couple of blankets for the ending pose if you'd like. So, we're going to go ahead and close our eyes, drop inside. Just take a moment to settle in. You know, these first few moments are really sort of creating a separation, I'm going to say, between the rest of what's going on in your world and the space of your mat or whatever space you've chosen today. It doesn't have to be anywhere special. Um, you can meditate, you can do yoga anywhere. So let's just take a cleansing breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Let's take two more just like that, especially, well, whenever you're doing this in your day, you might just need a couple of just full breaths to just clear the system. And let's take one more. Then seal the lips, begin to breathe in and out of the nose. As we come to uh, March of 2021, which is where we are right now, almost a full year since our lives changed. Back in March, I was using this sort of centering technique that I just learned at a women's gathering to just be able to take those three breaths if things are feeling out of control. You know, maybe it's just your mind, maybe it's other people. Just stop for a moment, take three breaths, and with those breaths, maybe state some words with it. So, for example, breathing in peace and breathing out chaos. Breathing in ease, breathing out resistance. Breathing in kindness, breathing out anger. So again, you might pick any, three lovely intentions that you'd like to bring into your awareness and breathe out anything that you'd like to release. Let's just take a few more breaths here, just slowing the breath down, maybe finding those three beautiful words of intention for yourself this morning or this afternoon or this evening. You know, really those words don't matter anyway because it might be morning in some parts of the world and afternoon in others. So feeling free to keep your eyes closed, we're just going to start by moving the spine. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. And on the exhale, just shift to one side. We'll come back to the center and then shift to the other side. So let's just take a few more just like this, connecting your breath with the movement. So trying to stay connected with your breath, finding your own pace. I'm just here as a guide, but I should be fading into the background, and your breath and your body should really be taking over here. Let's draw some circles. So draw the heart forward and then come around the back. We call this stirring the pot. We're going to say stirring the pot in a positive way. So again, you should be taking over in terms of what feels good, what's right for your body. After you go around a few times in one direction, then start to rotate in the opposite direction. As always, finding what you need. If you need a little more of something, take it. If you need a little less of something, don't do it. Come back to the center. Let's do a couple of seated cat cows. We'll inhale, open the heart, open the arms, and then exhale, rounding like we're holding a big beach ball. Inhale, open, draw the heart forward, and exhale, round. Let's take one more. Inhale, open, and then exhale, round. We're going to come back to the center. Let's do a couple of shoulder rolls. So as you move the shoulders, you might even get the arms involved. Totally up to you. Maybe that feels natural, maybe it doesn't. And then roll around to the back. Not all of yoga moves feel natural, and that's actually sort of that's a great thing. So I don't know why I said that, what feels natural, but maybe what comes to you, I should have said. Let's try a twist here. Inhale, reach the arms, and exhale, twist to one side. Keep the fingers light. We're going to lengthen on the inhale and activate that twist on the exhale. So yeah, we put our bodies into shapes that we normally don't find in our day-to-day lives. And that's what's so beautiful about this practice, is finding these different shapes with our body. Let's go ahead and come back to the center and twist to the other side, because then it enhances and creates ease in more of our natural movements. And then let's go ahead and come back to the center. Let's let's go ahead and come onto our hands and knees, finding our table pose. I don't know that we've done a chakra vakasana in one of our short practices, so let's do it. Extend that left leg, flex that back foot. So you might stay here. Here's one option. Let's do this. Bring the gaze down to the mat and let's reach that right arm forward. We're going to do this opposite of what I normally do. If it's available to you, then maybe lift that back leg off the mat. If not, bring it back down. Or maybe you'd prefer having the back leg lifted and maybe bring the arm down. You choose. We're breathing, we're pressing into the mat, starting to create some energy here. Let's take one more. And we're going to take it nice and easy this morning. So let's separate those knees, shift back into a child's pose, maybe reach those arms forward, make it feel super, super good. And then come back up to our table, bring those knees hip distance apart. Again, this time the right leg extends, flex that back foot, reach that left arm forward, gazes to the mat, maybe lifting that foot off, maybe not. Figure out what works for you. If the breath gets choppy, that's our guide. That's our guide for changing it up. We want to keep that breath smooth. Let's go ahead and come back down. Let's take one more child's pose. Actually, keep the knees together. Shift back into our child's pose. Then let's sweep the arms behind the back. Take a bind with the fingers. If it's available, maybe rolling up onto the crown of the head, drawing those arms away from the back. And then we'll go ahead and come back. Plant the hands, separate the knees, hip distance, curl the toes under. Let's find a down dog. As always, so many variations you can take for shoulder issues, wrist issues, whatever. Bringing the hands back towards the feet, hands on a chair, hands on the wall. If you're in down dog here, we're drawing those inner thighs towards the ceiling. We're turning that head yes and no. Drawing those inner forearms together. Let's go ahead and walk the hands back towards the feet. We're going to engage the, put a slight bend in the knees. We'll inhale, reach the arms. And right away, let's take a side bend over to the right. We'll take one more breath here. Inhale back to the center and exhale over to the left. Inhale back to the center. Let's go ahead and fold it in. Maybe forearms to the thighs, maybe allowing the arms to hang heavy, hands to elbows, turn the head yes and no. Let's go ahead and release anything you got going. Toes out, heels in. Let's lower down. As always, maybe you're sitting on a block, or maybe you come all the way down, soles of the feet together, open the knees out to the sides. Either way is perfectly fine. And either way, we want to draw the tailbone down towards the mat, even if you're sitting like this. Let's go ahead and come all the way down to the mat. We're going to come all the way down onto our backs. Let's find a bridge pose. So bring the arms in nice and close, plant the feet on the mat, engage that belly, press into the feet, lift the tail. We're drawing those knees towards each other as if we had a block in between our legs. And you can always use a block to encourage that. Let's go ahead and come back down. And then find a happy baby. Draw the arms to the insides of the legs, hands to the outsides of the feet. Maybe, around the outsides of the thighs if that works better. Just getting a little bit of a hip opener here. Stretching out that low back. And then draw the legs into the chest. Give yourself a nice hug. So if you'd like, maybe extending the legs out, finding our final resting pose. If you'd like to add another component, a little bit of a heart opener, maybe bring a blanket or two or a bolster to go under the middle of the back. And then you might need some support for your neck. So you want like a gap between here for the shoulders. And all of this is just an option for a little bit of a back bend in our final resting pose. I found that a bolster was too high. And I would encourage you to plant the feet to press down into the low back. So maybe knock the knees together. And wherever you are, maybe find a cleansing breath in through the nose And exhale through the mouth. Allow the breath to settle in. Allow yourself to completely let go of the body. Giving yourself space to rest, relax, and renew. If you have the time and the space, actually, if you don't have the time to stay here longer, then you really should stay here longer. You can always press pause or just stay here as long as you like. When you're ready to come out, I would encourage you to draw the knees into the chest and roll off any bolster you have going on. Come to seated and just seal the practice, drawing the hands to the heart with gratitude. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time.